Welcome today. We're going to start out with our skin replacement by cleaning the deck. This JSAUX skin does come with a handy little kit. It includes an alcoholic wipe just to get rid of those oils and stuff off the surface. The unit is brand new, so there wasn't much on there to really clean off. Just giving it a once over just to make sure I'm happy before applying the skins. I did start out wearing gloves. I would actually recommend against it when applying the skins. I did find they were a little bit sticky and got caught to the gloves, um, on the folds and that kind of stuff. So here I am just drying off the deck, just giving the screen a wipe. It was all fairly clean already, so not much to be done here. Just a quick once over. May want to go a little bit deeper and clean in the grooves and everything else, but for me, new deck, new skin, didn't require too much. Alrighty. First of all, peeling the skin. I will note that there is a better method for this. I could have pulled it from the middle or one of the sides and brought it round. As you can see here, I'm actually getting it caught on my fingers. Yeah. And the other thing is, I did have to push out a couple of the bits and pieces that didn't get removed when I did pull the skin. Didn't do this immediately. I just tried to line it up the best I could. A little bit hard. There is a decent video on the JSAUX website on the product page. I unfortunately didn't discover this until after I'd completed the installation, but even without instructions, not extremely hard. Just line it up. Everything lines up in the right position. I grab my tweezers here. Utilizing the tweezers, I just pulled out those extra little sticky bits that were covering the speakers and the X button up top. You see, they peel away pretty easy. They just didn't slip away when I first picked up the sheet. Just a little bit extra rough edge on there that didn't quite peel away. So here I'm readjusting, using those tweezers just to try and pick the edges a little bit to try and reset it so it's in the correct spot. It's definitely extremely handy that they remain sticky and leaves no residue, but makes it a lot easier just to readjust as many times as you need to try and get the product in the right spot. Once we got it all lined up and I was happy, I did say there's about 3 or 4 reapplications. Just trying to get it lined up over those speaker holes. Couldn't quite get it on there for the first drop. Kept aiming at the wrong ones. There we go. Much better looking now. Just trying to get it to stick in the right spot. Probably find it would be easier from the right hand side and then smooth it across, but you know, you leave it alone. I'm finally getting it down. So I was having some issues with it sticking to the fingers. Unfortunately, it's off screen now, but it's just me adjusting and fixing it up. This will take a couple of minutes. And there we go. Couple of swipes. Just get it solid under the fingers. Again, unfortunately, I didn't capture this part on the screen. Not a big install. The previous ones I've utilized, I used the D brand on my original deck, and I found it a lot harder The whole front section was actually one piece. So you had to get both sides and all the little fiddly bits in the middle all lined up, and then use the hairdryer to sort of settle it into place. This one, you just put the stickers down and then apply a little bit of pressure, and that gets it into the right spot. Beautiful. Alrighty. Not too much longer, and we should be in place. Alright, we just jump forward slightly. Now, it's in place. No, it wasn't quite sitting right. Go and smooth around the joystick and the buttons. Just smoothing out those last few little bubbles. Not too bad with it. There is a little bit of a raise between the X and the Y. Trying to fix that up here off screen. And pull out the heat gun to try and, well, heat gun. Pull out the air dryer just to try and see if we could just get a little bit of heat into it, smooth it down. Especially those rough edges. That's all I wanted to attack. Now we've got it smoothed out. Try and smooth those edges. Definitely putting a lot more effort into this right hand side. Using the tips of the tweezers just to run around the edges and smooth it out a little bit. Try and get those bumps out. Didn't quite work, but felt okay. So I'm gonna give the screen another clean after bumping it with our fingers. Now get the trackpad sticker off. Again, I was having some trouble with the stickers due to the protective skin with the gloves on, just getting caught on the edges. Just applying that into place. Try and get that down. Trackpad's probably the easiest part of this whole install. So that's down into place, and as you can see, it's looking pretty good. Alright, next up we have the right side is done. So we're going to move over to the left. We're just checking our buttons to make sure that they're all working. It wasn't perfect along the top. Again, we are off screen slightly with this one. Just unfortunate camera placement at the moment. I'll give it a quick wipe over with our cloth. Try and get rid of any oils that might be on there. Grabbing our next bit. A little bit fiddly with all the little speaker holes. Trackpad surrounds. And as you can see, it is getting attached to my gloves a bit. Just trying to pop out those little speaker holes so I don't have to worry about it once it's on there. And two, and the third one was a little bit more difficult. There we go. That's three. Alright, situate the Steam Deck in a better position for viewing. Got to try a different angle this time. Try and go from the top to the bottom. Let's see if I could just drop it straight on there, but as you can see, it didn't quite work. I wasn't lining up very well with the steam button. Got it down. The big old head in the way. I'm just going to slightly adjust this. Keep trying to get it laid down flat and smooth it over with our fingers. But see, I am having a little bit of trouble with these gloves getting caught on everything. Alright, so we've got the basics down. I'm going to rip off the gloves quickly. Or at least one. Definitely situating and laying down is the hardest part of this install. Trying our best to get it nice and flat. Covering the buttons. Off goes the other glove. Again, just having a few problems with it getting caught on the edges of the glove and then not quite sitting right. So, get our fingers in there. And the side of our face, apparently. Try and get it nice and flush. There we go. It's had a little bit better that time. And there we go. Skip the forward a little bit. There was a large chunk that was covered by my head, so I was getting in there close to try and see the edges. But now we got it nice and flush. Looking pretty good. Got it pretty smooth around the edges. Just getting corners done. Around the trigger buttons. Around the D-pad. And the joystick. Just removing those ones off my blue placemat. Try and get them off and stick them on the protective film. Just using the edge of our tweezers just to try and smooth it down a little bit because fingers are a little bit big to get where we need to go. Alright, that's what it looks like from the front. Now, I'm going to just get this trackpad covered. And you can see there is pretty easy to line up. Just got to get in the corner. You can get it pretty flush on one side. It usually smooths down really well to the other. So there you go. Just give it a quick once over with the wipe. Perfect. I was pretty happy with that. It seems to be sitting alright. There was a little few edges that I just wanted to smooth over a little bit. Not quite 100% in the right spot. But we did our best. The left side is definitely looking better than the right. Just do a button check. Check the edges. Make sure there's no raising. Alrighty. So we do have a little cardboard assistant. Come in the pack with this one. And just run that around the edges. Unfortunately, you can't see it. It is off camera. But next install is the big one. So flip her over and see the back. Flip it back over, see the front. There you go. Let's get this thing prepped for the last little bit. Now, lastly, now we've got the front portion on. We're going to skip through. Change my setup slightly so I can get the deck in place. Now, my method for doing this rear portion on the first install was to start from the valve logo and work my way in both directions. I don't know if this is the better method. My second install followed the video from JSAUX and went from the front portion and did the wrap around the whole way around to the bottom and back to the front. And just giving this a quick clean, just to try and get any oils off the surface. Alright, along the top, as you can see, it's the OLED model with the orange power button. The memory card in the bottom. Didn't need to take it out for this install. Yeah, I mean, it's looking pretty good so far, but it is a brand new unit, so that definitely helped. A lot less cleaning and no issues there. So at first, just trying to get rid of the holes before we pull the whole sticker off to pieces. Definitely punching through, and I mean, did their job, but probably a little bit rougher than it needed to be. Dots stuck to my finger. And just pulling out the last stickers, the SD card sticker. Just wanted to get them out of the way before we did the full install. Got the big vent. The valve logo. A couple of more things to do, which is the top vent. The volume buttons. Headphone jack. Beautiful. Alrighty. Now we've got that all peeled up. We're going to peel it off the backing nice and carefully. Try not to rip any of the backing up with it. This stuck down rather well. Just try not to tear those little slight edges there. Once we're past those, it can be a bit rougher, I guess. Definitely a little bit of effort needed to do this. Almost there, 80% of the way. There we go, peeling the last little bit. Done. Alright, again, so I lined it up using the valve logo. Their method of doing it was via the front. This is the largest portion. I just sort of wanted to get it in the right position and try and run my way around using the front of the mod case to try not to put too much pressure on my joysticks. Obviously, it's not the perfect setup, but it went down pretty well, pretty easy. It looks like it lined up fairly well. Pulled it out of the way. Trying to line up the base. And then work my way back around to the top. Nice and smooth. Just trying to get those edges, those cornices, so they're nice and flat. And then allow me to peel around to the front a lot easier. There was a little bit of overlapping doing this way. And maybe it would have been better to do this part first and then work on the sides, but you never know until you try. Trying to get those edges so they're nice and sharp so that it holds it in position without putting too much tension on it. And this is where I had a little bit of trouble. Just getting those edges on the screen. Did get some lifting and some peeling, which is unfortunate. I'm not sure what could be done to solve that, whether it would have been better just to leave those sections and just have the whole covering on the back. Not sure. So Now we're going to do the top vent and the speakers, the holes again. Running our fingers along the edges to try and get those so there's less tension on the corners. Push slowly, fold it over the top, run the fingers along the whole length, get rid of any air bubbles. So it lines up pretty well, even though I did it from the rear. Volume down, it's a little bit covered, so I'll have to correct that afterwards. Again, get it over and then down on the screen. This is again the trouble areas. Spin it back around, try and get the edges of the screen. Again, I just couldn't get it quite to stay down properly. I didn't want to stick. I said I don't know if that's the glue or because I touched it too many times with my fingers, but we got it down. It looks okay. Just pushing out the last few bubbles. Feels to me like it's sticking alright. Just checking the vent holes and make sure it's not covered at all. You can see it lines up pretty well. Looks really good. Just those few bits that I wasn't happy with. So just making sure there's no bubbles all along the back. Checking those corner pieces are all stuck down. Yeah, and run along the front again. So probably didn't perfectly line it up with the little cutouts for the sensors. But all in all, not a bad look. Looks quite nice. Really suits the design of the deck. I'm just using the hairdryer to try and see if I could get that to stick properly. I didn't put any volume on this and record it over the top later because I didn't want to blast your ear holes out with the hairdryer. It does get quite loud on the microphone. Again, just giving it a quick hit. Don't want to get too much heat in there. Don't want to remove the glue underneath. Harm the deck at all. Did get it relatively smooth. It just unfortunately didn't want to stay. So there you go. As you can see, that's the Spider Dance installed on the deck. All right, so skipping forward, we're all done here with our install of the external parts. Have a quick look over. You can see that looks pretty good. Going to give it another once wipe over. Try and get these top parts to stick down, bottom part to stick down. Just for the most part, they did. It's just sort of they lifted it again later on. Not much we can do about that. So, lastly, we're going to stick on our little trigger buttons. This one was pretty quick. There's 4 of these. There's 4 rear triggers, rear buttons, whatever you want to call them. I call them triggers. And I apply these first 2. Soon after installing, I realized that I actually did these backwards. So you'll see in a second. And we'll install the second one. Didn't feel like it was sitting right, and then realized maybe this isn't the right side. I should have put them on the left. So they go down really easy. Come back off just as easy. There we go. Nice and down. Have a think. Wait a minute. That come off the left hand side. This should have gone on the left hand side. So off she comes. Readjust. Have a quick look. There we go. Just got to get the right angle so it actually sits properly. Very hard to see on the camera, but they do have a slight angle to them. So getting the button on there and then just quick smooth over. So these ones are really easy, quite easy to remove as well. Just lift the corner, slowly peel it up, and straight back on the other side. Get these bad boys out of the way, readjust our sitting. There we go, done. All right, nice and smooth, feeling happy with those. So I'll do the other side now. They definitely look a lot better in real life rather than via the video, but that is the magic of this medium. All right, that's the other side down. Give it a quick smooth over. Make sure I'm happy. Last one. Yeah, couldn't quite get it peel up. There we go. Want to bring the rear with it. So on the corner, match them up. A little big old hand in the way actually, but mainly just the angle of the camera makes it look like it's offset a little bit, but in real life it looks quite good. Back's all nice and smooth. Looking quite pretty. I did like the look of it. Just going to fire the deck up. Special OLED startup with this one. It looks really nice. Now again, I just have to say thank you to JSAUX for providing the skins. This is the Spider Dance skin. Did come with a couple of extra ones. There is carbon fiber stylings for the trackpads and those rear buttons that were just applied. Giving the vent a quick sniff, you know. Got to be one of these Steam Deck lovers, sniffing vents. But just have a quick look through our games. There's a very particular one we're going to go have a look at. There we go. Spider-Man, as you can see. Doesn't 100% match up, but very similar reds. Nice similar tones. Looking good. Yeah. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Alright, so last little bit, just going to run around the edges. As you can see, it's not perfect, but I am happy with it. All the edges are, you know, it looks quite smooth. This first install, no installation video watched. I just did it from what felt right. There is an installation video you can follow on the JSAUX website. I will post the product link in there, as well as the full review I did do on the Explosion Network. They weren't perfect. This is probably the best feature that I did find from them. The grips for the sides, super easy to install. As you can see, just a quick line up on the side. We match them up with the outline on the Steam Deck. It mounted really well and easily. Right side, first time doing it, obviously took a little bit extra effort. Once I got back to the left hand side, a lot easier and a lot quicker to do. So, see, just try and get those edges around using the JSAUX phone stand with the clamp mount to hold my camera, which is just my iPhone. Not exactly the perfect setup, but it's plausible for this sort of stuff. The team over there have been really good to me in terms of products, but I did enjoy the feel, the look of this. There's just a couple of little issues around that screen. Probably could just shorten it up so it doesn't have to wrap all the way around. I think it's just because there's not quite enough fabric or material or whatever you want to call it. to get all the way around the screen and hold with the tiny bit of glue that's on there. Very easy install. As I said, I did all this without their video. I think I did pretty well. There was no bubbles, and it was only a little bit of lifting on the front. It wasn't until I actually installed the mod case over the top of this that I actually lifted the corner on the right hand side one where I had the wrinkles in the corner, and that just caused a few issues. So I just ended up removing it and then reinstalling it later on with the second one that came in the box. You got the options of different stickers for the rear. It's a little bit bumpy on that right hand side. Not perfect, but it felt good in my hand, so I didn't really worry about it too much. It is soft material, so it squishes down a bit. Over time of use, it actually smoothed out a lot more. So last little bit is doing this left hand side. I was cheeky and used that little square rectangle patch and threw it on the back of the first install. It didn't really do much, but it was just, I don't like wastage, so I just wanted to put it on there. This lines up really well. So this side went a lot better than the other. I think I just got it down right the first time and then didn't fiddle with it as much, and it just seemed to go in the right spot. So a bit more patience with it, I guess. Knew what I was looking for rather than trying to figure it out as I go. So, yeah, looks really good. As I said, definitely worked a lot better on this side than the other. Just followed the key lines of the Steam Deck. And nice and smoothly got it around the edges. The hardest part is there's just so many angles on this thing. This being a lot softer material, seemed to mold and fold a lot better around it. And then, as I said, with playtime and utilizing it, actually got my hands around it, and it seemed to smooth out over time as well. So, last little bit. Again, thank you to JSAUX for providing this. I know it's been a long-winded sort of install, a few little skips here and there, but about 30 minutes to install this. Probably do it quicker, a little bit slower due to making sure and checking things and trying to show people while I'm reviewing. But all in all, I think it looks pretty good. Didn't get the edges perfect, as I said. A few little bits and pieces that I probably want improvements on. Those little edges around the screen, not quite as good. I had a little bit of rough side on the right hand side, but all in all, not a bad build.